This is something I've often contemplated, but it kind of dawned on me in a different way while I was reading the book Happiness Project, which I'll share with you later. The lesson or what was being said in the book is not even really about this, but this is what like suddenly hit me like a ton of bricks is the fact that no matter how much I come to realize or be aware that everybody has their own set of rules and who they are or who they're being is based on their set of programmings that from childhood they grew up with, what the lessons they learned, people, what they told them, experiences they had, so on and so forth. But I yet still knowing that even, close friends, family, romantic relationships, kids, whatever the case is, there is still that leaning towards trying to change them or fit them into the mold I think is the right way. They might be one aspect, two aspects, three aspects, whatever that is, without taking the core, values, principles that I like them for. Of course, family, you don't have much of a choice, which is a bit different, but friends I'm talking about are acquaintances you make or people you come into relationship with, right? So understanding that you're never going to change people that much. You got to value them where they are, appreciate them for their differences. Because how do I put it? The anger or the frustration or disappointment usually come in the personal relationship because they're not meeting my expectations, right? Or I'm pretty sure if you go look at anybody in your personal relationship, that might be the same case. So that is the hardest thing still for me, being still aware of it, understanding it, yet still holding myself back and detaching myself in the need to either like force the issue or tell them something, like give them feedback about, being this way, that way. There's a delicate balance there, which I still haven't figured out. Because there's times when it's helpful to give a feedback, or whether they're asking me or they're struggling with something, so you can give that feedback, right? But there's also a time when it's their journey. Their core being is awesome. There are just a few things that probably don't work for me. How do you delineate that? How do you stop from doing that, forcing that issue? Because letting them be who they are, accepting as they are, is much more fruitful than trying to constantly see how I can change them to the perfect image I have in my mind or my brain. Really, that is also a set of programming. What is perfection anyway? There's no perfection. I just have a set of rules in the brain of mine that's been programmed subconsciously that I think somebody is perfect or great if they are a certain way, instead of accepting them as they are. I'm not talking about people who do, objectively bad things like killing an innocent person or robbing or cheating, duping somebody, scamming somebody, innocent person, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about normal people who have their own quirks. I have my own quirks that people might like, my friends or my family don't like, right? Same way, as I expect them to accept me like as who I am, but I don't return the favor many times. And that's, kind of struck me like that is the biggest struggle. Whoever, I'm in close relationship, that is the number one thing. How do I not go there, be aware
Yeah, there might be things that might not be the greatest about them, but that's who am I to say that, right? As long as they're not harming anybody, they have their own quirks. Why do I need to bother? Why do I need to, kind of try to fit them into my mold, right? Or expect them to behave according to my expectation? That is a struggle. Anyway, that's just struck me like this. I got to go a long way in that. And hopefully that reflection, that thought process might help somebody else think about the same thing. Those are my thoughts.